world wanderers, where are you today? This is the second part of my video from February trip to Paris. Behind me is Musée d'Orsay. We're gonna buy tickets and go inside to see some paintings. Six bronze allegorical statues portray the six continents. The huge clock is an ideal spot for Instagram pictures. There is something mysterious about it. And this one dates back to the original train station. Musée d'Orsay houses French art dating from 1848 to 1914, including paintings, sculptures, furniture, and photography. It is a huge building with gigantic dimensions. Even Usain Bolt will take 14 seconds to run across the museum. It was once a train station, Gare d'Orsay. The Gare d'Orsay train station was opened in Paris in 1900 to much fanfare. So funny, nobody would know this painting if it wasn't for Mr. Bean. If you don't remember the plot, Mr. Bean destroyed the original painting, replaced it with a poster, and kept the original with hideous face drawn over it. Museums are not boring. Let's get this party started! Everybody dance now! Just be careful not to party too hard to fall asleep under the table. Otherwise, you'll need to mask the hangover the next morning. Right after opening, French painter Edouard de Taille predicted the future when he decided to visit the station and said it was so beautiful that it would be much more appreciated as a museum. 86 years later, the French government had done just that. In 1986, Musée d'Orsay was ready to receive its exhibits. However, it took the museum authorities 6 months to install all the 2,000 of paintings and over 500 sculptures and other artifacts. The Americans are much better at borrowing art because they have the original Degas ballerina statue in the Metropolitan Museum in New York. This is spectacular. It's Opera Garnier from inside in miniature. Really cool. Considering the average lifespan of a theater in 19th century was 13 years because of the likelihood of a fire, it's amazing that the Palais Garnier is still standing 150 years later. It's named after its architect, Charles Garnier. The jewel box of an opera house sits proudly atop Avenue de l'Opéra. Its interior is decorated with 30 types of marble from 8 different countries. Yet it's interesting to know that only 2.5 kilos of gold was used in the entire building. The Opera House provides the setting for Gaston Leroux's 1910 novel, The Phantom of the Opera. And, of course, the subsequent work of Andrew Lloyd Webber, the musical of the same name. The story was inspired by two tragic events that really happened in the Opera House. The first one was the fall of a huge chandelier designed by Garnier himself. It weighs a staggering 7 tons, and it's made of pure bronze and crystal. And the second tale tells a story of a dead body of a ballerina that was discovered in the catacombs of the theater. It's safe to assume that Palais Garnier is not actually haunted. However, if you want to stay on the safe side, be sure to avoid purchasing tickets for box number 5, as that box was specifically reserved for the Phantom. The Palais Garnier was never actually finished. Despite its opulent interior and credit as having the largest stage in Europe, so big it could fit in the Arc de Triomphe inside, some areas of the Palais Garnier were left unfinished. Simply put, they ran out of money. This is a bit of a paradox considering it was the most expensive building built during its time, costing more than 7 million francs. The Opera House was built for Napoleon III, but he never actually attended. Garnier bought his own ticket on the opening night. We wanted to buy a ticket too, but it was hopelessly sold out, and the selling of the tickets directly in the opera resembled the tragedy they were about to perform on the stage. We were mostly traveling around in Uber, but the driving in Paris, wow, that's crazy. There are no traffic rules whatsoever. It is said that there is only one stop sign in Paris. Centre Pompidou looked quite sad in winter. We were also passing by the Louis Vuitton Museum. It's not a museum of clothing, but of modern art. We're at Montmartre, and the statue called Passe Muraille, or the man passing through the wall, it was designed by Jean Marais, the famous French actor. The bronze sculpture was based on a character by Parisian writer Marcel Aimé. The character, Monsieur Dutilleul, discovers he can walk through walls and uses his ability to commit crime and carry on an affair. On his last visit to his lover, Dutilleul unexpectedly loses his power and becomes immobilized inside the wall. We're about to taste the frog legs. Wish us luck. Here we go. They brought us the frog legs. Tastes like chicken. 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 Beef bourguignon, we continue eating French cuisine.
Well, we got famous after when we put our Facebook or Instagram, I'm famous.
You'll be famous for sure. Woo! Wow! The pancakes were incredible. Not only has the Moulin Rouge survived a catastrophic fire, it has also persevered through several economic crises and 2 world wars. And today it's over 120 years old. Please let me know if you enjoyed this virtual trip of Paris. Thank you very much for watching. À bientôt!